guys, welcome to Athlete Arch. In today's video, we are going to talk about some really strange sports that exist. Some of them sound like they are made up, but they are actually real and quite popular in certain parts of the world. You want to know the weirdest sports that exist? Let's jump right in and take a look at some of these crazy games. How about we start the list off with a sport that's not only weird, but also extremely dangerous? Yup, we're talking about wife carrying. In this sport, you and your, hopefully heterosexual partner, race through a 250-meter track carrying his or her wife. How does it work? The first team to the finish line with their wife on their back wins. But if a husband can't carry his wife, he doesn't have to leave her behind. He just has to carry something of hers that weighs at least 30 kg and then race for just one lap. If one of the partner falls during the race, they have to drop their wife on the ground, where she's then placed in a laundry basket just 40 meters before the finish line. Why was it created? Rumors have it that the Finnish inventor Heikki Ronkainen trained his thieves to be faster and stronger by carrying big heavy sacks on their backs, from which this sport evolved. Although this sport is often considered a joke, its competitors take it seriously. What are some records? Well, it may come as no surprise, but many men have carried their wives on their backs for short distances before being overcome with exhaustion. After that, they often switch positions so the wife can carry her husband for a small amount of time. Tired of all this running around? Then, maybe you're more in tune with your inner giants and would probably enjoy Sumo Wrestling. Sumo Wrestling is the national sport of Japan, and it's one of the oldest known forms of wrestling in the world, dating all the way back to 500 BC. The wrestlers who compete are called sumotori, which means strong man, but sometimes they are also called rikishi. Unlike other forms of wrestling, sumo wrestling is done on a raised ring-shaped area called a doyu. There are no weight limits in sumo, and the only equipment the competitors wear are loincloths, which they call mawashi. How does it work? The wrestler who knocks his opponent outside the ring or causes him to touch the ground with anything but the bottom of his feet wins. Also, if one wrestler gets a shitatanage, he can win by throwing his opponent by using his arm to underhook his armpit and lift him up and overturn him onto his back. Why was it created? The first sumo wrestling matches were performed for the entertainment of the gods. But on a more serious note, it was also used as a way to pray for good health and prosperity. At some point, it even became an organized sport, but its popularity declined in the 17th century when the government banned wrestlers from killing their opponents. The current record for the biggest sumo wrestler is held by a man named Chiyonofuji Mitsugu, who weighed in at 332 pounds when he achieved his highest weight. Now, we know what you're thinking. Boy, that doesn't sound so big. But if you ever came across this guy, your opinion would change quickly. Do you think stacking cups quickly is cool? Then, speed stacking might be the sport for you. Speed stacking requires competitors to stack plastic cups in different formations as fast as possible. There are 3 different types of events: rhythm, classic, and transition. Rhythm is what it sounds like. You have to stack cups as fast as you can in a rhythmic pattern. Classic is where you have to do predetermined moves precisely and correctly. And transition is just a mix of the two. How does it work? Each type of stacking has its own rules, which vary slightly depending on the kind of competition or championship it is. What they all have in common though is that you're timed for how fast you can do the stacking and what kind of stacking formation you do. The sport has its origin with Jerry Bletch, who happened to be the vice principal of Columbine Elementary School in Colorado. He had seen kids spending an inordinate amount of time stacking cups in the cafeteria, and he thought it would be a good idea to organize competitions. The current record for rhythm stacking is held by Tomohiro Kobayashi, who stacked up 385 cups in just 42 seconds. The current transition speed stack record belongs to Paul Clavins with 355 cups. And the current classic speed stacking record belongs to Anthony Brooks, who stacked up 480 cups in 1 minute and 8 seconds. At this junction, let's call it a wrap. Next time, we'll bring you more weird sports that you have never heard of. So stay tuned. To watch the concluding part of this video, just click here. If you had an amazing time watching this video, subscribe to this channel right now. Which of these sports do you consider extremely weird than the others? Let us know by leaving a comment down below.